Welcome you, the listener, to the Complete Aviation Solutions Deep Dive number 121. Today, we're taking a deep dive into some really fascinating material. It gives us quite a snapshot of the aviation industry right now. We've got, well, everything from unexpected and frankly frustrating challenges in airline operations to the soaring demands for cargo and even a peek into the ultra luxury side of air travel. Our mission here is really to pull out the most important insights, maybe some surprising facts from these sources, helping you quickly get well informed on some key developments.
Yeah, it's quite a mix, isn't it? A really broad picture. We'll be, connecting the dots on everything from the practical stuff, just keeping planes moving, to the shifts in passenger experience and fleet management strategies. They might seem like separate things, but they really do fit into this bigger story of modern aviation. We'll explore how.
Okay, so let's unpack this. We often think of aviation as, this pinnacle of technology, a marvel. But what happens when that complex machinery hits a very human, maybe vulnerable IT snag? Our sources kick off with a stark reminder of how interconnected and sometimes, well, fragile these modern systems can be, even here. We're looking at a recent incident involving a major U.S. airline and its affiliate.
Mm-hmm.
And this wasn't just a small glitch. It led to a pretty widespread 3-hour ground stop, really disrupted operations for them. Happened around 0300 GMT, cleared up about 0600 GMT. So yeah, 3 hours. Left the airline scrambling.
Right. And that immediate fallout, well, it's pretty significant. Over 150 flights canceled. I think it was 64 just on that Monday alone. And the crucial thing to grasp is it's not just those initial cancellations. It creates this huge logistical puzzle.
Yeah, the knock-on effects.
Yeah, exactly. Once schedules go haywire, airlines have this monumental task, repositioning aircraft, getting crews where they need to be. It ripples through their whole network, sometimes for days. And passengers, they're left stranded, tired, hungry, like that person on social media mentioned, stuck for 2 hours. Oh, great.
No, definitely not. But here's where it gets really interesting, I think. The airline quickly pointed to the failure of, and I'm quoting here, a critical piece of multi-redundant hardware at their data centers.
Mm.
And importantly, they added it was not related to any other current events, and it's not a cybersecurity event.
Huh.
That distinction feels crucial, doesn't it? Suggests an internal hardware issue, not some external attack.
Right.
But from your perspective, when they say multi-redundant and it still fails, does that make it less worrying, or does it maybe point to a different kind of vulnerability?
That's a really perceptive question because multi-redundant, well, it's something like built-in safety nets, right? The whole idea is if one part fails, another just takes over seamlessly. So when the whole thing does go down, the insight isn't just about the hardware itself often. It's about the layers of complexity around it.
Okay.
It could be, the software managing the failover, maybe a power issue cascading unexpectedly,
Ah,
or even sometimes human error during maintenance that accidentally bypasses the redundancy. It really highlights how these foundational systems, while advanced, can still be surprisingly vulnerable. And what's really telling here, this same airline had a similar IT outage just last year.
oh, wow. Didn't realize that.
Yeah. So it's not just a one-off, a black swan event, as they say. It kind of underscores this recurring challenge. Maintaining these incredibly complex, interconnected systems is hard. Small internal failures can have huge ripple effects. Now, they did stress. Flight safety was never compromised, which is obviously paramount. But the sheer disruption for passengers, it does make you ask, what about the resilience we expect versus the, let's say, messier reality of running these massive tech infrastructures 24/7? It's a constant balancing act.
That's a critical point about that underlying infrastructure. Okay, so from those unexpected challenges, let's pivot a bit. Let's look at the growth side. Our sources also show some significant moves in aircraft leasing and acquisitions. Paints a picture of an industry expanding its reach. We're seeing, for instance, a major leasing company deliver 2 Airbus A320ceos, the current engine option, the real workhorse jets.
The reliable ones.
Right, on long-term operating lease to a big global airline. And it's not a one-off deal either. It builds on 2 similar placements last year. Shows a strong partnership.
Exactly. And deliveries like these, they're a clear signal of that airline's strategic expansion. Getting these planes via long-term leases gives them crucial flexibility without that massive upfront cost of buying outright.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it directly helps them boost their network, meet that growing demand for connectivity, improve efficiency. It's all about scaling up in a really competitive market, especially now as travel keeps recovering and growing.
And get this, the same leasing company isn't just focused on passenger planes. They've also delivered an Airbus A330-300 to a massive e-commerce and logistics giant. So what's the story there? What does that tell us about how planes are being used now?
Ah, right. That A330 delivery is really significant because it's specifically for a passenger-to-freighter conversion, P2F.
Hmm.
This plane is going to be transformed to haul cargo, directly supporting that e-commerce company's huge expansion in air freight. That whole sector has just exploded, hasn't it? Especially since the pandemic.
Oh, absolutely. Online shopping changed everything.
Precisely. And that surge translates directly into needing more dedicated cargo planes. So this move, it really highlights the leasing company's skill in placing these midlife wide bodies and meeting demand in a market where planes are actually quite tight. The A330 P2F market specifically is really gaining momentum. Companies are adapting. What's fascinating, I think, is this strategic repurposing, taking passenger jets and giving them a new life hauling boxes.
Yeah, it extends the aircraft's life too, right?
Exactly. Extends the asset's life. It's often more sustainable than building brand new freighters from scratch, and it gives companies flexibility to react to these shifting supply chain needs. It's a really smart way to maximize value in changing times.
Okay, shifting gears one more time. Let's talk passenger experience, especially at the luxury end. Our sources show some pretty indulgent developments redefining travel for premium customers. First up, there's the opening of a second premium lounge at a major Asian international airport. And it's designed apparently for the discerning traveler seeking unparalleled personalized journeys. Sounds quite fancy, almost like an anti-airport vibe.
That's exactly the idea, I think. An oasis. This lounge is described as being really tranquil. Stylish furniture, calm colors, curated art, all meant to soothe. Modern interiors, cozy seats, nice dining area, trying to make waiting time actually part of the enjoyable journey. But what's really innovative, especially for an independent lounge, is its menu. It's the first one to offer a fully certified halal menu.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and not just generic options. They mention specifics like Vietnamese duck pho, Thai-style sautéed spicy chicken rice, fishball noodle with XO sauce. Sounds pretty good, actually. Plus, they have vegetarian and gluten-free covered, too. So, real catering to diverse needs. It's that hyper-personalization trend we see in premium travel.
And then for maybe the absolute peak of ground luxury, let's look at the official opening of Emirates First at a major Dubai terminal. This is purely for first-class customers and their top-tier frequent flyers. It sounds like more than just a lounge, it's an entire experience.
It absolutely is an experience.
Yeah.
And it really underscores Emirates' huge commitment here. I mean, they're the world's biggest operator of international first class, something like 26,800 seats a week. That's massive. So this upgrade, it's a serious investment in their ground product. The focus is clearly privacy and convenience right from the start. The check-in process itself is totally revamped. Private seating areas, formalities handled on iPads while you just sit comfortably.
Wow.
Yeah, it's about making it seamless, unobtrusive, minimizing any friction, trying to lock in that loyalty at the highest level.
And the ambiance they've created sounds incredible. You walk through this grand golden entryway. Inside, it's all neutral, warm earth tones, but with their signature bronze and gold accents. Luxurious materials everywhere, wood, marble, plush leather. They even have their iconic Rolex clocks and this big backlit gaff tree feature. And interestingly, no digital screens, no ads, just soft lighting, natural greenery, trying to create real tranquility.
Yeah, exactly. It's very deliberate. Reduce the visual noise, enhance the calm, and it's all part of creating this holistic, ultra premium experience that flows from the ground right into the air. Because after this private check-in, you go to one of 3 dedicated first-class lounges. There you get, chef-cooked a la carte meals, fine wines, champagne, free spa treatments, business centers, even concierge duty-free shopping.
The works.
Pretty much. And globally, their first-class passengers get access to 43 lounges, plus that complimentary chauffeur drive service, door to door. And this attention to detail, it doesn't stop at the gate. The sources also mention recent in-flight upgrades, things like a keepsake menu about the wines and food, new engraved bowls for their unlimited caviar.
Unlimited caviar.
Apparently, rustic slates for the cheese board, even glove service from the cabin crew for that extra touch. It really raises a question, doesn't it? How do these huge investments in both luxury and cargo capacity reflect the shifting priorities in aviation today? And, what's the return on investment for airlines doing this? So, from those frustrating but hopefully surmountable IT glitches, the grounding planes, to the strategic fleet growth for passengers and that booming cargo sector, and then onto these incredible lengths airlines are going to for the premium experience, it's definitely clear aviation is, well, dynamic. Always evolving.
Yeah, we've really seen both ends of the spectrum, haven't we? Moments of operational vulnerability right alongside impressive growth and this deep dedication to customer comfort, especially at the top end. It's a fascinating mix of needs. And I think the big question this leaves us with is, as technology gets even more central to everything they do, and as demand keeps diversifying from ultra-luxury to super-efficient cargo, how is the industry going to balance all these competing pressures to deliver for you, the traveler and the consumer? What aspect of this deep dive stands out to you the most?